evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Tournament Softball here on Heart of Ohio Sports. You're tuned into the pregame show brought to you by XCARET Mexican Restaurant. We are live once again from Meserve Field here on the campus of Bowling Green State University. Nate Mullins and Greg the Wizard Kinn on the call with you once again for Game 2 of our doubleheader here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Jacob Ellis and Emma Moglin on the camera got a better perspective for us. They are in the bird's eye perspective here above the press box. And we're excited to bring this one to you live and paywall free right here on the Pulse of the Buckeye State. Let's take a moment and thank our sponsors before we get to the first pitch here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, Mullins Entertainment, Parents of Calvert Softball, Lee's Floor Covering, Studio Squared, Forte Music, the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, SS Cleaning Services, and E&S Power Washing Company, all proud sponsors bringing you tournament softball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. First pitch is just a bit outside, and we are underway. It's Tiffin Calvert and Ayersville in this regional semifinal matchup. Senecas in the regional round for the first time since 1988.
So some of these kids' parents are probably just a few years old when they're
right
last in this position. Today can't make it but mine, Nate. It was a little warm for a second. Back to being chilly again. Sprinkles a little bit, dries up. I just don't know what it wants to do today.
Yeah, as long as it just doesn't, get too crazy, we'll be all right here. 2-2 the count here on Addie Endicott. Endicott, a .360 hitter coming into this one. 27 hits, 75 at-bats.
I tell you, folks, if you missed that first game, do yourself a favor and go back and check that one out. Of course, after this one.
And it's a full count. Endicott works it to a 3-2 count. Nate Mullins and Greg the Wizard Kinn on the call with you here. The 3-2. Fouled back into the net. Great showing by the Calvert faithful over here.
Oh, yeah.
In Bowling Green.
I seen they even gave the girls a little send-off as they left town on the way up here today.
Yeah, big swing and a miss there by Endicott. As we'll get you starting lineups here in just a minute, brought to you by our friends at Forte Music.
Next up for the Senecas, here's left fielder number 5, Scarlett Faber.
That'll bring up Scarlett Faber, the left fielder. Shows bunt, fouls it back into the net. The Ayersville Pilots out of the Defiance area.
I don't know why I kept thinking that their name was something else. Like, I felt like we've already covered an Ayersville team before, and I didn't think they were the Pilots, so I don't know what I'm thinking, but maybe there's another team somewhere around here with a similar name.
I remember not a few, that was about a decade ago, geez. The Senecas played the Ayersville Pilots. That one swung on and missed.
Like I said, I definitely remember the name Ayersville. I just, for some reason, I don't remember them being called the Pirates. I keep calling them Pirates almost. Pilots.
The 2 down as the strikeout there by Faber will bring up Alyssa Rishti. Gotta give a big shout out to Jay Rishti, Alyssa's dad, for helping me round up some Calvert faithful. Wanted to help us support this one. This one lined into right field for a base hit. Rishti nice. Rounding first, heading into second base, and she's in there with a 2-out double.
She never holds back at all, does she, Nate? She's like, one base, that's not good enough. I can get to second base, no problem. Let's go.
But she didn't even hesitate. As soon as she saw that right fielder misplay it, she said, I'm gone.
Here's pitcher number 12.
On the mound for the Ayersville Pilots is Kendra Waldron. And they do not keep their stats hidden, Greggy, so I can tell you a little bit about Kendra. Kendra on the season is 17-3, 130 innings pitched. She has had a remarkable season so far, folks. A 1.13 ERA 75 strikeouts. Or no, I'm sorry, 262 strikeouts. 34 walks issued, just 21 earned runs allowed. So the driving force behind the Pilots right here, Kendra Waldron.
She's the pilot behind the Pilots.
There was only, let's see here, 5 games this season that she did not have double-digit strikeouts. There's another swing and a miss from Ava Elric.
So all but 5 outings this year, she had double-digit strikeouts.
Yeah, and 3 of those 5 were 8, 8, and 9. So
almost.
I mean, she's bringing the heat today, and that one upstairs, it's 3 and 2.
Could use some of that heat. I'm a little chilly.
It is a little chilly, boy. Chilly Billy. The 3-2. Swung on, hit into right. This one might. And a right fielder comes in on it and makes the play for the final out. So Senecas leave one stranded. We go to the bottom of the first. It's still no score here from Bowling Green State University's Meserve Field. Nate Mullins, Greg the Wizard Kinn on the call with you here today. Jacob Ellis and Emma Moglin in the bird's eye perspective, giving us a great viewpoint for the camera here today.
A little something different here for you. Kind of a neat perspective because I know I wasn't about to climb any ladders and get up there. So I'd never see the game from all the way up there. That's for sure.
We're lucky to get you up into the crow's nest at Hopewell Loudon.
That one's still, that's a sketchy one every time.
Yeah.
I would start climbing that little ladder and I'm like, man, hopefully they put some new bolts in this thing.
Right. Let's take a moment and thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to bring this one to you live and paywall free right here on the Pulse of the Buckeye State. We'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, Mullins Entertainment, Parents of Calvert Softball, Lee's Floor Covering, Studio Squared, Forte Music, the Edward Jones Offices of Tiffin, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, SS Cleaning Services, and ENS Power Washing Company, all proud sponsors bringing you this tournament softball game right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Bottom of the first, Ava Elric on the mound for the Senecas.
We can't thank our sponsors enough for allowing us to be here, and I'm sure that these Lady Senecas would like to thank you all very much for allowing us to come here and capture these moments for them. This historic run here, Nate.
Historic is, yeah, that's a great word for it. As leading off here is the pitcher, Kendra Waldron.
Ooh.
1-1 the count here on Waldron. On the season, she's a .434 hitter. 33 hits in 76 at-bats. 8 home runs, 3 triples, 5 doubles. 22 RBIs on the season, 5 walks. 34 runs scored. That's an impressive stat line right there. The 1-2 popped up, foul. First baseman over and makes the play. Nice play there to put it away by Addison Sheets.
Nate, what are these raindrops right now?
These are raindrops. This is
like,
different.
This is, they're like very spaced out. Like,
yeah. It's different than earlier. It was a little like spritzy kind of mist going on. Now it's actually rain.
I keep getting hit in the face and I'm like, stop, ow, ow. That's it, I'm putting my head in the tent.
This one bunted in front of the plate. Elric comes down, fields it, throws it over to first for out number 2. Hey, we're covered. We're good, Brian. We are good.
If the pizza gets in danger, we'll put it away in our bellies. No problem.
It might disappear piece by piece in between innings here, but
it's real safe inside my belly.
That one in at the knees for a strike. Ariel Brown at the plate. She's wearing a different number than what she's listed as on Game Changer. I wonder if these are new jerseys for this regional run here, maybe. Swung on and missed. Whether they're new or not, they're nice. They're crispy, Greg.
Oh, yeah.
There's some really nice unis by both teams here today. You thought the Calvert Senecas were going to be wearing their all whites.
Yeah, they had whites on when they got here.
They threw you for a loop there.
Still
They still got the white pants on,
so
but
it's still not the blacks that I thought they were going to be wearing, but they wear every now and then. They're just so, oh, man, it's so crispy.
yeah, we might see those if they continue on after this one, but they got to take care of business here today. This is a tough Pilots team.
Yeah.
2-2. Fouled off. And to the right.
So every matchup when we get to these levels, Nate, it's just, you know, it's all, we always talk about winner going home kind of situations, and this is when you get to face the best of the best. You only make it to this level by being really good.
That's right. Brown pops this one up.
See where it's going.
And the second baseman squeezes it for out number 3.
And so for Ayersville at the bottom of the first, no runs, no hits.
1, 2, 3, go the Pilots.
Scoreless.
Through 1, we're scoreless.
0, Ayersville 0.
We'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
My stomach is messed up.
The game's almost over. Can't you wait?
No, I gotta go right now.
Wow, really?
Swung on, hit to center, well hit. Back, and this one's gone. A home run for Connor Moyer on an 0-2
Needed
pitch.
that.
Smokes it to dead center. That's
Oh
probably at least
man, are you
360.
kidding me?
It happens. Never miss a moment. Heart of Ohio Sports. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Welcome back to Meserve Field here on the campus of Bowling Green State University. Start of the second inning. We are scoreless between Tiffin Calvert and Ayersville here in this Division VII regional semifinal.
Yeah, both teams just feeling each other out there in that first one, Nate.
A swing and a miss there from Addison King. King on the season, .506 batting average. She leads the team.
Smack that
This one fouled back. King tied for second in the lead, or second in the team with 32 RBIs on the season. Fouled that one back into the net. Stays 2-2.
I love the pitchers always turn around and look up for the ball.
Yeah.
Just in case it didn't even go close to going up that high. And she's like, huh? You always want to see if it's up there because you can snag it out of the air.
Not off the net, but hey, if it's straight up, yeah, you can get it. That one in the dirt. Full count.
That's a fast chant. I don't even know what they're saying over there, Nate.
Swung on and missed.
Not as fast as that pitch, though, huh?
Waldron
Whew.
with another strikeout. That's strikeout number 3. So 3 out of the 4 outs she's recorded so far have been strikeouts.
Now batting against the catcher, number 2.
And as I mentioned, Greg, she's a strikeout specialist.
Yeah, you said over 250 something
Yeah.
on the season. Like, come on now. She gets it done, no doubt about it, Nate.
Gracie Miller at the plate. Miller, a .461 hitter. Impressive freshman campaign from Gracie Miller. She bunts that one in front of the plate. And that one thrown over to first in time for out number 2.
Nate, I had no idea she was a freshman this season.
Yeah, she was a freshman in volleyball, wasn't she?
I have no
So
idea.
it's still the same season.
I'm just saying.
Everybody talked about how it was crazy that she was a freshman playing those kind of minutes.
I'm the graphics guy. I don't pay attention to a grade there.
I don't pay attention to days, weeks, months, year, whatever. I just make the graphics.
What teams are playing?
2 down. Claire Schoenberger at the plate. Schoenberger, a .313 hitter on the year. Watches that one in there for a strike. Evens the count, 1-1. This one's starting out like that last one, Greg.
So back and forth.
Pitcher's battle. A couple of good ones on the mound here today. 2-1 the count here on Schoenberger. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Took a good hack at it, but just underneath of it. She elevates that ball, Greg. When it comes out of her hand, it rises so fast, it's hard to pick that up.
Yeah, no doubt.
Here's the 2-2. Look how fast that got up there, man. And that is strikeout
And for Tiffin Calvert in the top of the third, no runs, no hits. We move
for
to the bottom of the second.
Waldron. That's strikeout number 4.
We're still scoreless. Tiffin Calvert 0 and Ayersville 0.
We'll step aside.
No, we're just
Actually, we're going to keep it right here.
So they're going fast. They're not that fast yet, though, Nate.
We're moving along, though.
Yeah.
Heading to the bottom of the second, still scoreless. Nate Mullins, Greg the Wizard Kinn on the call with you here today. Game 2 of our doubleheader. This regional semifinal bracket here at Bowling Green State University.
Like you said, Nate, this one starting out pretty much just like the last one. You know, both teams coming in strong defensively, filling each other out, some great pitching. And then I have a feeling it's going to come down to just like the last game, when each team's going to be able to find that spark or that moment or that, see that pitch that they need to get and be able to put those runs up on the board. I feel like it's going to happen here in this one. I wonder how loud that music is right in Jacob's ear.
Oh, yeah. Right there. No, it's actually in front of him, so he should be fine.
Oh, goodness.
Let's take a moment and thank our sponsors. Before we start this bottom half of the second inning, we'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, Mullins Entertainment, Parents of Calvert Softball, Lee's Floor Covering, Studio Squared, Forte Music, the Edward Jones Offices of Tiffin, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, SS Cleaning Services, and ENS Power Washing Company, all proud sponsors bringing you this regional softball matchup right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Say, don't forget, we got more tournament play coming up this week, tomorrow.
That's
Still
right.
time to get on board with those folks.
Tomorrow we'll be at Tiffin University as the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes will play the Lexington Minutemen. Swung on and missed. Elric with their first strikeout of the game there.
And a lot of people, I don't want to say this in a bad way, but kind of shocked by Columbian's victory to be able to get to that point. And what a better way to show the students there at Columbian how much we support them than getting on board and showing them how excited you are for them. I know I've seen lots of posts on Facebook after it happened, so.
Caught.
Nice.
Alyssa Richty with the snag at short.
She almost caught that with her ankles, Nate.
I'm telling you, man, that glove was just the only thing separating the ball from the ground. That was so close.
Yeah, that one looked like I don't even know how you could get off the ground with that one, but she finds a way to get her glove underneath of that one.
Now batting here is first.
That'll be 2 down.
12, Aubrey Limber.
And that's the kind of plays right there, Nate, that make the difference between being in this position and being at home right now.
That's right. That'll bring up Aubrey Limber. Limber on the season, a 300 batting average. Fouls that one straight up and into the net. One ball, 1 strike, 2 down. This one hit into left. Left fielder ranges over into foul territory to make the play for out number 3.
What a great play there out in foul territory.
We are scoreless through 2.
No runs, no hits.
It's the regional semifinal, game 2 of our doubleheader here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Tiffin Calvert and Ayersville will be back after this.
Why go to Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin? Because at Lease Floor Covering, they know that selecting the right flooring for your home can be overwhelming. They make choosing the right items for your home simple. At Lease Floor Covering, they have one of the largest selections of floor covering in Northwest Ohio, including Abbey Carpet and Floor. Stop in and see for yourself what everyone raves about at Lease Floor Covering in Tiffin. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go: Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
And we're back here at Meserve Field on the campus of Bowling Green State University. Nate Mullins and Greg the Wizard Kinn on the call with you here today for this regional semifinal matchup between Tiffin Calvert and Ayersville.
So appreciate y'all staying with us as we pay some bills, show our commercials there. And man, I tell you what, they're moving on quick between these innings here.
They
today,
are.
Nate. This is I mean, but then again, maybe it's one of those things where they see the weather and they're like, we're trying to get this in and done.
The 2-2 to Sophia Lee is inside, and it's a full count. Sophia, a .296 hitter on the season. Hits this one into right field, hangs it up there, and it's going to get down. Nobody called it.
Oh, wow. That was, yeah.
The right fielder had plenty of range to make the play, but I think maybe somebody might have called her off, Greg. I don't know what happened.
That seemed like it had to be some kind of miscommunication out there because, yeah, like you said, it landed between three players, but all three players
hung
had
up
a
there
moment.
for a while.
They all looked like they had enough time to get to it, but I think, like you said, there was a little confusion and none of them really moved for it.
I think somebody called it and nobody went for it.
Yeah, there was just a unfortunate situation there. Well, unfortunate for the Pilots and not for the Senecas.
Right.
Kaylee Concepcion.
That'll bring up Kaylee Concepcion. She shows bunt, and it goes over her back.
Look at that.
And to the backstop.
Good job of just scooting along there.
Crowd wants a foul, but I don't think it was a foul ball. I think it went over the top of the bat.
Let's see what the ump says. The ump
you had two umps on the call there, so obviously two sets of eyes, three sets of eyes on it. One ball, no strikes, nobody out. Shows bunt, pulls it back. It's 2-0. Waldron trying to get him to chase those high fastballs.
I tell you, Nate, you got a pretty good view standing right here. We're like right by right by home plate down here. I just stood up to look over this wall, and I was like, whoa.
She shows bunt once again, but pulls it back. Should be 3-0, right? She must have.
Oh, we're all set.
She must have offered at it at some point, and that is going to be safe at third base. As I think the throw did get there in time, Greg, but she bobbled the tag.
It looked like
she never really applied the tag.
Yeah, it did look like there was a little something there at the end of that one, Nate. And like you said, the ump's right there. He makes the call. He's right there. So
right on top of it. We got a three-man blue crew today. The 3-1. And Concepcion draws a walk. So runners now at first and third, nobody out. And back to the top of the order for the Senecas here as Addie Endicott strolls to the plate.
That's what the Senecas need. They need to get a lead out here early, Nate, especially facing a pitcher like this.
Here is center fielder number 4, Addie Endicott.
Endicott calls time.
Taking a little time to think about this one here. See, where do you want to put this ball
Make
at?
sure you get the right call here.
Where do I want to put this one at?
First pitch misses.
Oh, it's
And
not
they're not even going to try to throw it
Yeah.
down to second, so we'll have runners at second and third with nobody out.
Just being smart there because we know that, Nate. It's always the head games there where you try to get them to bite on throwing that one down and hope for maybe a mistake, and then you can run it on in.
Would you say that's our sky cam today, Greg?
I thought about switching them around for a second, but
Endicott shows bunt, pulls it back. It's 1-0 count or 1-1 count. I say she offered at it, so 1 ball, 1 strike. Up high.
you can see here in this shot,
These
Nate.
Senecas are starting to show a little bit more patience with those rising fastballs here.
So you can see this shot. You can see that runner on second base. They're just ready to take off like a rocket. But, yeah, you're absolutely right, Nate. Just playing the smart game, that's what you have to do against a great team.
And Waldron unable to get that one in the zone. It's 3-1 here.
I mean, when you're playing against a really good team like the Pilots, you have to play patient. You have to be smart. You can't just let your emotions take over because that's what gets you out there striking out.
Well, actually, that's part of our keys to the game brought to you by our friends at Lee's Floor Covering. As for Tiffin Calvert, that was one of my big keys today for them was you have to maintain a patient approach at the plate. Against such a dominant pitcher like Kendra Waldron, you have to have a patient approach. And I think that's the biggest key for Tiffin Calvert. Also, they got to play some pretty good defense today. I think that's the 2 keys for them. Play good defense, limit the mistakes defensively, and be patient at the plate as that one pays off. Bases loaded, nobody out now, Greg. And now we got a mound visit.
So that patience definitely paying off there, Nate.
Stick with those keys to the game brought to you by Lee's Floor Covering. I didn't know a whole lot about these Ayersville Pilots. I looked a little bit into them and studied their progression to get here. There's an impressive path to get here. They took out some really good teams to get to this point, Greg. So this is a team that you got to feel like they're kind of playing with house money.
Was it Ayersville or was it the other team that I told you had won like 14 in a row?
I think
something like that.
I think it was.
I checked it out the other night when we were going through for both of these teams. It's my mistake for not remembering which one it was, but.
Well, let's see here.
Now batting here is left fielder number 5.
Yeah, it looks like they've won quite a few in a row. That's for sure.
So I think they started out like one of these teams that I'm talking about started off like 1-4 on the season and then ended up winning.
Yep, that would be these Ayersville Pilots. 1-4 start, and then they've won everything since.
That's what I thought, Nate.
The slide at the plate. She's in.
Oh, goodness.
Safe. And Concepcion in there safely.
What a great job there.
The Senecas will score a run.
And like we talked about, Nate, you got to get off to an early lead here.
And that's just heads up base running right there. Being aware of the situation.
Shortstop number 8, Alyssa Rishti.
Rishti
Gotta bring up Alyssa Rishti.
back at the honor games just a couple days ago. Had a heck of a game. Home run, a triple, more than that. But she was just on it that day, Nate.
Waldron took a little bit off of that one. Rishti out in front of it. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Runners at second and third, and just one out. Alyssa Rishti, senior. Looking to put an imprint on this one. The 0-2 swung on and missed.
Yeah, as a senior, Nate, I mean, that's their senior campaign. Trying to keep it going for as long as you can.
That'll bring up Ava Elrick. Pitcher matchup here.
Now batting here's pitcher number 12, Ava Elrick.
So speaking of games that you might want to go back and watch if you didn't get a chance to catch those honor games.
Yeah.
Those are some fun ones to watch.
The festivities are always just top notch.
So we got them on our Facebook page. We got the baseball one on our YouTube. If you want to go back and check that out.
Mm-hmm. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Runners at second and third. Here's the pitch from Waldron, swung on and missed. She tried to hold up, but just kept going around.
It's like about halfway, the pitch halfway to her, she realized, oh, it's not the one I want.
Well, they're so tasty. When I'm telling you, when they're coming out of her hand, they look good, but
and then they
just not able to catch up to it.
Yeah.
This one hit
into
center field, and the center fielder ranges over to make the play for out number 3.
What a hit, though.
But that one, she gave it a ride. The Senecas put one on the board. They take the lead here in the 3rd inning. It's 1-0 Tiffin Calvert as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Nate Mullins on the call with Greg the Wizard Kinn here. Jacob Ellis and Emma Moglin doing a great job on camera for us. I see all these Calvert girls sporting are these henna tattoos here, Greg, on these arms? Are you starting to notice these?
When I stood up,
every one of them has one.
I looked over the fence, and I don't know who was at bat, but I saw this huge tattoo on her arm, and I'm like,
I love it.
I don't remember seeing that before.
I think that's cool. I love it.
I love any of these kind of things that these teams do late in the season, bonding activities, or if you want to call it having superstitions or anything like that. This is good times.
Routines.
Yeah. I say, what was it last year when all the basketball players or something all shaved their heads or dyed their hair blonde or something like that? They all did. All these guys did the same thing last season.
All the wrestling kids shaved their head, and then
I just remember seeing some of them.
The baseball players dyed all their hair blonde. Remember that?
I seen them come into the. I think Gavin Wagner, I believe, in basketball. When I saw him first time with the shaved head or whatever, I was like, what happened there?
Yeah. Yeah, I think they all did that. I know Schumacher and Carter Wolf did it.
Just love these traditions that these teams have together.
Ava Elric on for her 3rd inning of work. Starts out Addison Zartman with a strike. This one hit into right. It's going to be trouble, and it's going to get down for a base hit.
Man, what a good play.
Maybe.
For the ball.
Zartman beats out the throw as she makes it down to first. Boy, she legged that one out, and I mean one-legged it out.
Yeah.
He was Hopalong Cassidy down there trying to get down to first base. And we'll have a relief runner, obviously. Zartman on the season, a .372 hitter, so they wanted her bat in the lineup.
Nice hit. Like I said, that fell in a perfect place there for her.
For sure.
Now running is number
You see that heavily braced leg. So she was gutting it out there. Leadoff single.
Here's center fielder number 4, Rylan Beecher.
That'll bring up Rylan Beecher. Beecher, a .276 hitter on the year. .323 on base percentage. 16 hits in 58 at-bats. Swung on and missed. Swung on and missed. It's 1-2. Runner down at first with nobody out. Here's the 1-2. This one popped up, foul, and no. Into the net, but
oh man!
Boy, Gracie Miller will throw her body into anything to try to get a ball.
I was just gonna say, what are we watching? Major League Baseball here right now, Nate? I ain't never seen anybody throw themselves on the wall like that.
Reckless abandon, man.
Goodness. How much do you want?
I would have broke 4 bones trying to do that.
I mean, that's the definition right there. How much do you want it? You know.
That's right. Here's the 1-2. Strike 3 called. Froze her up. It's a big strikeout right there.
Mm-hmm. So we talk about it.
Now down here is right
when you get to this level, these are
great
great teams. You can't, those strikeouts, those outs, each one of them gets you a little bit closer to getting out of here. These good teams like the Pilots here, they're not the kind of team you want to leave hang around and play with.
Now at the plate, Mickey Shrave .417 hitter on the year. She fouls that one back. 20 hits and 48 at-bats. 3 walks. Just 6 strikeouts on the year, so she puts the ball in play.
Must have a good eye for the ball there, Nate.
Swung on, belted, left field, way back, and gone. Wow. Wow. Mickey Shrave sends that one sailing deep. What a blast. And for Shrave, that was her first home run of the year. She saw the pitch she wanted and sent it for a ride.
Yeah, talk about pilots right there. You piloted that one, flew it all the way out of the park here, Nate.
Wow.
Goodness.
One swing of the bat, and the Pilots now in the lead. And we're back to the top of the order. And now Kendra Waldron steps into the batter's box. She's got to be feeling a little better now. She's got a lead to work with.
Is it 2-1 right now?
Is that what I said?
No, I'm asking. I
Yeah,
can't see
2-1.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I can't see the scoreboard from here.
I thought you were like, oh crap, did I make a mistake?
No,
did I say 3-1?
No. I was just making sure. I was like, I think there was somebody else on base when she hit that. So just making sure. I don't want to put the wrong score in.
The 0-1 swung on, hit to right. This
Going for a
one,
ride.
right fielder camps under it to make the play for out number 2.
Man, first home run of the year, and you picked now to do it.
Wow.
Now batting here is left fielder
What a time to do it, that's for sure.
Sierra.
I tell you what, if I was that girl, I'd be like, somebody timestamp that video because I want a recording of my home run forever. Especially your first one there. Can we live it over and over again?
Right. Michaela Sierra at the plate. 0 for 1 on the day. The 0-1 is swung on and missed.
Nate, we got a mix of half clouds, half sun, and raindrops right now. You see this happening?
I know.
We got a sun to our left, raindrops hitting us.
Fouled back into the net. Stays 0-2. Two down, nobody on. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed. So the Pilots take the lead on the strength of a Mickey Shrave home run, 2-run bomb. Puts the Pilots on top. It's 2-1 after 3. We'll be back after this. You're watching Tournament Softball on Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Relax and Revive, we offer a full range of luxurious services, including
hair care,
facials,
body waxing,
nail care,
massages.
As Seneca County's largest salon and spa,
We're dedicated to providing a serene retreat for your busy day-to-day life.
whether you're looking for a tranquil day of pampering or a space for any special occasion, we have you covered, because after all, everyone needs a little R&R.
See, could I do it at the same time? I was trying to hack a sack and call a game at the same time. I don't think I could happen.
Now that Nate's done hacky sacking, we're back.
If you want to call it that, it's been so long, I don't even know if I tried there. It was awful. Kevin Reineman
I tell you, who did try,
keeping
Nate.
me on my toes.
The Pilots there in that third inning.
We're back here at the top of the 4th. Ayersville leading 2-1 over Tiffin Calvert.
Off of that bomb home run there. Sent both the scores across the plate there. Just one big hit changed this one so far, Nate.
And here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. Addison King at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Low and inside. 2-2. Swung on and missed. She brought some heat with that one, Greggy.
Oh, yeah. Pretty sure I felt the breeze from that one, Nate.
Yeah, that one was moving.
Now batting here is catcher
Great
number
shot
2,
from our
Tracy
Relax and
Miller.
Revive Salon and Spa pitch cam there.
Again, I just like it. Like, great shot there, and then you get the whole atmosphere of the crowd there.
Yeah.
Great facilities over here. Even though there's a little bit of rain, still a great day for some softball.
Absolutely. One ball, 1 strike. Gracie Miller tried to send that one over the left field fence.
Yeah. She said, I want one of those myself.
She took a nice hack at that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one hit well into left field, and the left fielder traces it down and makes the catch for out number 2.
Wow.
That was a good hit. It just stayed up there just a little too
I
long.
was going to say, good hit there, Nate, but probably even better catch there to slide underneath of that one. Just robbed her of that.
Now batting is the designated player number 1, Claire Schoenberger.
That'll bring up Claire Schoenberger. Schoenberger watches that one in there for a strike. She is 0 for 1 on the day. That one upstairs from Waldron. The 1-1 hitter. Got a piece of her on the inside. And that'll put a runner on with 2 outs. As Sophia Lee comes to the plate.
Gotta be careful. I might knock her
Now
tattoo off
batting
her
here,
arm.
second baseman number 6, Sophia Lee.
Swung on and missed. Boy, when she is on, Greg, she is tough to hit.
Yeah, those are dangerous throws.
And it's just a whole lot of motion going on there, too. You know, like she's just coming at you. All arms and legs.
Looks like a human windmill.
Yeah. Here's the 1-1. Up high, runner off, down to second, and the throw, not in time, is cut off by the shortstop. So Claire Schoenberger with a 2-out steal puts herself in scoring position here. And it's a 2-1 count for Sophia Lee. Here's the 2-1. Misses. And it is 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Up high, and she walks her. So we got runners at first and second now with 2 outs as Kaylee Concepcion strolls to the plate.
Say, she knows that's called a walk, right, Nate? See how she jogged down there? Real
She
fast?
didn't walk at all.
So you didn't have to do that.
Greggy's like, why are you running when you don't have to? Who does this?
What is this nonsense?
Swung on and missed. The 0-1. Strike 2 in there. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner at second base. Senecas trail 2-1. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Senecas leave 2 stranded. They trail it 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. The Pilots due up to bat. Let's take a moment and go over our starting lineups, brought to you by our friends at Forte Music. As for the Tiffin Calvert Senecas, batting leadoff, Addie Endicott, the center fielder. Batting second, Scarlett Faber, the left fielder. Batting third, Alyssa Rishti, the shortstop. Batting cleanup, Ava Elric, the pitcher. Batting fourth, Addison King, the third baseman. Batting sixth, Gracie Miller, the catcher. Batting seventh, Claire Schoenberger. Batting eighth, Sophia Lee, the second baseman. And batting ninth, Kaylee Concepcion, the right fielder.
Channel 1021 and also live on YouTube. And it'll be posted this evening on YouTube, and it's entirely immediately following the game.
What will be posted on YouTube?
Yeah, it'll be posted on Heart of Ohio Sports, too, right after the game. It's actually live right now.
But, you know, after the game's fun, too.
This one hit foul down the right field line. Let's keep going with those starting lineups. Now we'll go with the Ayersville Pilots. As batting first and pitcher, Kendra Waldron. Batting second, Michaela Sierra. Batting third is Ariel Brown, the shortstop. Batting cleanup, Ava Sigler, the third baseman. Batting fifth, Daniela Coble, the catcher. Batting sixth, Aubrey Limber, the first baseman. Batting seventh, I'm going through 2 different things here. Addison Zartman. Batting eighth, Rylan Beecher. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Ayersville Pilots is Mickey Shrave, the right fielder, responsible for the 2-1 lead for the Ayersville Pilots. Ariel Brown draws a leadoff walk. Pilots have a runner on. Nobody out.
Here is third baseman number 22, Ava Sigler.
That'll bring up Ava Sigler. This one bunted in front of the plate. Pitcher throws it to first for out number 1. And they walk it over to the pitcher. And moves the runner over to second with 1 out. That'll bring up Daniela Coble, the catcher.
Now batting here is catcher number 24, Daniela Coble.
This one skips off the plate and into the backstop. Hung up there in the air long enough to where the runner could scamper from second to third.
For sure. She saw that one hit and bounce up. She said, I'm out of here. No time to waste, Nate.
Gotta love an ump who keeps a clean plate. I keep a clean plate, but that's why I'm overweight.
I always clean my plate.
This one, back to the pitcher. She looks the runner back at third, throws it to first for out number 2, and that is a huge out right there for Ava Elric, because I'll tell you what, Greg, that runner at third, she was off on contact, but she had to stop. Mm-hmm. She hit her brakes right away.
That's a great job there to snag that one up and stop that from being extremely bad.
First baseman number 12, Limber.
That'll bring up Aubrey Limber. Running start for that one as she, that was a beautiful catch there. Hey, if this is banana ball, that's an out, right?
Well, it ain't banana ball, Nate. Banana ball.
Here's the 0-1.
Banana ball does sound like something that would be quite fun to commentate.
Oh, jeez. I mean, man.
We'd have a blast.
Shoo, that sounds like it's like built for Heart of Ohio Sports.
Mm-hmm.
This one, a running swing, and she fouls it off to the left.
See, they got a position here, Nate, where they could either put another one up on the board here, extend that lead, or Calvert could get them out of here.
Limber fouls that one off.
It's almost the same spot.
She seems to be making some pretty good contact here. A 300 hitter on the season. 9 hits in 30 at-bats. The 1-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner.
There you go.
Froze her up. Ava Elric with a big strikeout to get out of the jam there with a runner on third.
Yeah, it's big time there, Nate. Big time.
After 4, Ayersville leading Tiffin Calvert 2-1. We'll step aside, take a timeout. We'll be back. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
My stomach is messed up.
The game's almost over. Can't you wait?
No, I gotta go right now.
Wow, really?
Swung on, hit to center, well hit. Back, and this one's gone. A home run for Connor Moyer on an 0-2
Needed
pitch.
that.
Smokes it to dead center. That's
Oh
by at least
man, are you
360.
kidding me?
It happens. Never miss a moment. Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Welcome back to Meserve Field here on the campus of Bowling Green State University. Start the 5th inning as Addie Endicott at the plate for Tiffin Calvert. She's down 0-2 in the count. The 0-2 is swung on and hit into right center field. This one is going to get down. Oh, that is, hopefully she's okay. That center fielder, man. If that would have been me, that'd have been a broken wrist.
I mean, she took a dive with that one, Nate. No doubt about it.
That made my wrist hurt just looking at it. Like,
so luckily for me and the fans at home, we didn't get a clear shot of that because there was a pole right in the shot.
Yeah.
But you saw the ball bounce out of the glove there on the other side. So, nonetheless.
Senecas have the leadoff runner aboard. Scarlett Faber at the plate.
Did you say Scarlet Fever?
Scarlett Faber wearing blue. Here's the 0-1. Shows bunt.
Look at that.
Catcher snags it out of the air and throw down to first, not in time. But with Waldron, I just don't know if you're going to be able to get a good bunt down. With the way that fastball elevates, it's just going to be so hard to be able to. You're going to have to basically slap it down.
I was going to say hard to get it to like ricochet off the bat the way you want it to there.
Yeah. Alyssa Rishti at the plate.
Ooh.
Watches that one inside.
Hey, she had to turn herself into the Calvert C there, Nate. Ducked out of the way to miss that one.
Rishti, a .459 hitter on the year. Sends that one to shortstop.
Nice
throws over to
in.
first for out number 2. They were not able to get the lead runner there, but they do have 2 outs. Ava Elric at the plate.
So it's still impressive enough to get that and get it over to first base because we know how fast she is.
Oh, yeah.
Now batting here is pitcher number 12, Ava Elric.
That'll bring up Ava Elric.
Ooh.
Change up there.
Yeah, she better change that up. That wasn't a very good pitch.
It just skips in there. Skips in the dirt.
Just love saying dumb stuff.
The 1-0. Misses.
I need to get Red Bull to sponsor us, Nate.
2-0.
I
They can sponsor you.
So I drink enough of their products. That's what fuels Heart of Ohio Sports. Gives them wings.
That one in there for a strike. It's 2-1. That fuels your late night binge when you're trying to get all this stuff done.
So getting stuff done, juice. That's what I call it. Oh.
Elric sends this one in the air. Second baseman snags it for out number 3.
Hey, good job there. Everybody making sure somebody called it and actually getting underneath of it because that one almost similar to the other hit, Nate, where it was kind of right between 3 of them, but communication was good and clear there.
We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. Still 2-1 Ayersville. Nate Mullins and Greg the Wizard Kinn on the call with you here today. Let's take a moment and thank all of our sponsors, allowing us to bring this ball game to you live and paywall free right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, Mullins Entertainment, the parents of Calvert Softball, Lee's Floor Covering, Studio Squared, Forte Music, the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, SS Cleaning Services, and E&S Power Washing Company, all proud sponsors bringing you this tournament softball game right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
I'll tell you, Nate, it's really, really nice to see the parents of Calvert softball on that list because I tell you, I've known students who were athletes who, in my day, they had games and maybe the parents couldn't make it. And, as I grew up through life, I kind of questioned a little bit, were my parents proud of me? Did I do a good job? Did they think that, and there's no question about that now when you can look back on this and see that the parents of this team all very, very proud of their girls out here in the squad. So much showing the support, not only just showing the support, but making sure that they got the support to be broadcast here today. That just speaks volumes right there. Some great parenting, and these kids will never have to question whether or not they made their parents proud, Nate.
I don't think any of them ever do, but yeah, you're right, Greg. That's a great point. It's just the support shown by the parents on this team. I mean,
it's a big deal. It really is.
It's been shown since volleyball through basketball and now in softball.
It's something you may not think of means too much or, a whole lot in the student athlete's mind, but it really does.
Think about this, Greg. When's the last time a group of girls went to the regionals in volleyball, went to the regionals in basketball, and went to the regionals in softball? When was the last time that happened?
Yeah, they're just...
Anybody have a stat on that? Because
one special group of girls right here.
That's pretty remarkable. Talk about the volleyball team making that deep run, basketball team making a regional run, and now here we are with the softball team in the regional round. Swung on and missed. Elric comes up with a big strikeout to start things off here in the bottom of the 5th. That'll bring up Rylan Beecher.
Number 4, Rylan Beecher.
Just even the little things like that right there, Nate. She gets the strikeout, and the teammates just come up and, telling her what a great job she did and stuff.
Beecher sends that one up the middle for a base hit.
Good hit by Beecher right there.
So a one-out single.
She said, enough of that celebrating. Get out of here. I'm going.
Puts a runner on board. Mickey Shrave at the plate. She is responsible for the 2 runs on the board for the Pilots as she sent a pitch from Ava Elric over the left field fence. This one doesn't go nearly as far. Pop up, fielded by the third baseman. So she goes from sending one about 250 feet to about 20.
She said, listen, I gave it all I had in that first swing. I'm wore out right now. Just kidding.
That one was just in on the hands. She just did a good job jamming her on the inside.
Anybody who watches baseball knows how it is. Each pitch is different.
Yeah, scoreboard's having problems keeping up. I've noticed there's been a couple issues where They're just not keeping up quick enough with the pace of this game because it's
what the umps
fast.
are doing is double checking with each other to make sure.
Yeah. That one in there. Actually, no, it's low. Looked like a good pitch. Kendra Waldron at the plate. Sends this one to short.
Nice little pop-up.
Alyssa Rishdi puts it away for out number 3. Ayersville leaves one stranded. We head to the 6th. It's 2-1 Pilots. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching regional softball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
My stomach is messed up.
The game's almost over. Can't you wait?
No, I gotta go right now.
Wow, really?
Swung on, hit to center, well hit. Back, and this one's gone. A home run for Connor Moyer on an 0-2
Needed
pitch.
that.
Smokes it to dead center. That's
Oh
by at least
man, are you
360.
kidding me?
It happens. Never miss a moment. Heart of Ohio Sports. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Thank you.
And we're back as Addison King at the plate for the Senecas leads things off here in the top half of the 6th inning. Nate Mullins and Greg the Wizard Kinn on the call with you here today.
Top of the 6th already.
It's moving quick.
By. Yeah. I'm the one just putting this stuff in there, and you think I would know. I'm like, what, 6? Yeah, they're just cruising along here, Nate. But, I mean, sometimes, we see that with these teams when they're both equally good, really good teams. That's the kind of work they just put out.
That's kind of what that Mohawk game was. Mohawk and Hilltop last game. It was just like quick work all the way up to about the 6th inning, and then it was like, boy, them Mohawk Warriors just put together one heck of a battle.
That might have been one of the best innings of softball, baseball I've seen all season.
This one hit into the air.
Oh.
Shortstop under it makes the play for out number 1.
That one's hitting to the Ayersville.
In the Ayersville. Piloted that one into the air.
Some Pilots take that one right out of there. We just need to stop.
Next up, here's catcher number 2.
That'll bring up
Gracie
the
Miller.
catcher, Gracie Miller. Miller watches that one, misses for a ball.
I love when the catchers always frame it up and just hold it there.
Mhm.
There's just silence for a second. It's like, no.
Here's the 1-0. And she watches that one, and it's in there for a strike.
That one's a quick one, Nate.
Here's the 1-1. Swung on, hit, and into left field for a base hit. Gracie Miller on board with a 1-out single. And the Senecas see if they can work a little magic here. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Claire Schoenberger at the plate.
Now batting is the designated player number 1, Claire Schoenberger.
She watches that one upstairs. Miller off on the pitch. And she is in there safely at second base.
So there was a second where that ball got away.
But she didn't waste any time. She took off on that first pitch.
I thought maybe she was going to take off again, but then the outfielder came up there and said, I got this. That could have been way more disastrous.
1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Senecas with a runner at second. Schoenberger watches that one in there for a strike. Miller putting the pressure on the defense there.
Catcher walks it all the way out there.
I love it.
I mean, this is what you're gonna get too, Nate. With
That's
a
right.
2-1 ball game in the 6th inning.
Foul tipped. Schoenberger got a piece of it to stay alive.
It's just like we saw in the last game. Any inning, you can come alive and pull this win out.
Leah Bullion giving the instruction down there from third base. This Calvert coaching staff's done such a phenomenal job with this team this year. Talk about the remarkable turnaround
Yeah, they've had some
under
great
head coach
success.
Leah Bullion. And that one in the dirt. It's 2-2. Gracie's still
just making it work for it, Nate. I tell you what, it may seem like, just like kind of fun and mind games or whatever, but each time she's got to do that, it's
a little bit of energy.
Yeah, it's
a little bit of
wearing her
energy.
out.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Nice pitch to get the strikeout.
For sure.
And there are 2 down here in the top of the 6th. That'll bring up Sophia Lee.
Sounds like the designer name of the uniforms or something.
Right?
Uniforms by Sophia Lee.
Foul tipped. Sophia is 1 for 1 today. She has a walk. The 0-1. Down low. 1-1. Throw over to third is not in time.
Wow.
Gracie Miller.
Wow.
Beats it out for the steal, and I tell you, they tried to keep her down there at second.
Yes, they did.
But they could not keep her where they wanted her to stay.
Yeah,
she was in there safe.
She threatened Nate. She threatened, and then finally she just pulled the trigger on that one.
And we got the replay cam right here. Hammer cam's on the job. He says that was safe. This one into foul territory. And the left fielder makes the play for the third out.
She caught that one like she was fielding a kickoff return or something, Nate.
Senecas leave one stranded. It's still 2-1 Ayersville as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
So doing a great job here, but Ayersville's just doing a slightly better job of being able to put them away, keep them off that base, Nate. Wow.
Senecas have really only had that one opportunity, the one scoring chance, other than that one right there where they had a runner at third.
I'd say they've been able to get a little bit going, but Ayersville's doing a great job of keeping them from getting in that scoring position, keeping them from being too dangerous. And
well, they had that one inning, Greg, where I felt like they had a really patient approach at the plate.
yes.
And it drew a couple walks. It led to a run.
Some loaded bases.
But it just, since then, I feel like they've been going up there with a more aggressive attitude, and I think Waldron's just kind of, it's just right where she wants
Yep,
them.
she's doing her game there. That's exactly what you're playing into her hands there.
Yep.
For the Senecas here, you're going to want to try to get out of the bottom of this one without any more damage done and keep this a 2-1 game.
You have to. Ava Elric on the mound. Coming out for her 6th inning of work. Elric, 55 pitches thrown.
Oh, right off the bat.
Through 5 innings. Fires that one in there for a strike. 42 out of the 55 thrown have been for strikes. 5 strikeouts, just 1 walk issued.
That's how you set them down and keep going on in these tournaments.
And the 2 earned runs come on the strength. It's 2 earned runs just come on the strength of that 1 home run.
1 big bat.
1 swing of the bat. And there's a swing and a miss. And another strikeout for Elric. That's number 6 on the day.
Yeah, you got to think, when you think about it like that, Nate, both these teams are just playing toe-to-toe here. Hey, you're talking about one big hit difference between the score here, you know?
Ariel Brown.
This is where you got to make sure you don't get any more of those big hits.
That'll bring up Ariel Brown. Here's the 0-1. In there for a strike. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Elric tries to get her to chase that one high.
She's like, come on, just go after it. Make my job easy. Get
Right?
But, yeah, the nerves has got to be there, Nate, because you don't want to send anything too good across the plate because you saw what they could do with it.
That's right. A good-looking pitch there. Misses for a ball. It's 2-2. And that one's high. It's a full count, so she was down in the count 0-2, but she worked herself back into this one. It's now a full count. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, foul tipped. And Gracie tried to snag it out of the air, but just unable to grab it.
Getting close.
Good effort. Here's the 3-2. Foul tipped once again. And it rolls right back to the pitcher.
I don't know if I've ever seen the backstop throw the ball back to the pitcher before.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul tipped into the glove for out number 2. Big strikeout there, and that'll bring up Ava Sigler.
We talked about, Nate. He's got to get out of the bottom of this one without any more
Here
damage.
is third baseman number 22, Ava
You
Sigler.
can't make your job that much harder going into the next.
That's right.
Yeah.
Swung on and missed. Nice pitch from Elric. The 0-1. Fouled back, and it's quickly 0-2 here on Ariel Brown.
The catcher stares.
Or Ava Sigler, sorry. Ava Sigler at the plate.
And apparently, I keep hearing from somebody that she needs to focus on the contact, Nate.
They just need a base runner, Greg. The 0-2. Swung on and missed.
There you go.
Elric with another strikeout. 1, 2, 3, go the Pilots. We head to the top of the 7th. It's still 2-1 Ayersville. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At the end of 6.
My stomach is messed up.
The game's almost over. Can't you wait?
No, I gotta go right now.
Wow, really?
Swung on, hit to center, well hit. Back, and this one's gone. A home run for Connor Moyer on an 0-2 pitch. Smokes it to dead center.
Oh, man, are you kidding me?
It happens. Never miss a moment. Heart of Ohio Sports. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Welcome back to Meserve Field here on the campus of Bowling Green State University.
Well,
Kaylee Concepcion at the plate.
This could be it here, Nate. One of these teams' season's going to end here unless we had a tie score and went extra innings. But
Swung on and missed. And Concepcion down 1-2 in the count here.
And what a game this one's been, all the way down to the last inning here. 1-point ball game.
Swung on and missed.
Whew.
Kendra Waldron.
She is just
lights
out. She is
out.
a machine, Nate. She is an absolute machine out there.
Strikeout number 9 for Waldron on the day.
She's not to be messed with.
That'll bring up Addie Endicott back to the top of the order for the Senecas here.
Addie Endicott.
Off speed. Drops in there for a strike.
tell you, Nate, with this Ayersville team, starting off 1-4, and then
Endicott sends that one sailing, but the center fielder right underneath of it puts it away for out number 2, and the Senecas potentially down to their final out here.
I was going to say, with them starting off 1-4 and then having this role that they've been on since then, they had to have found something there that's working, Nate.
Yeah.
This Ayersville team.
Well, I'll tell you what they found that's working is Kendra Waldron.
Yeah.
They got one swing of the bat. That's why they got 2 runs, but the story of this one's been Kendra Waldron.
I was going to say, I believe she was their GMAC Player of the Year or something like
Rightfully
that.
so.
Conference. Yeah, I believe
Rightfully
that's
so.
also
This young lady has been absolutely stellar today.
We knew coming into this one, she was to be looked out for.
Fielder number 5, Scarlett Faber.
That'll bring up Scarlett Faber. First one upstairs. Misses high for a ball.
Yeah, like I said, Nate read that article, saw that she was named a GMAC Player of the Year or whatever, and sitting here watching this now, and I can absolutely see why.
Faber takes a swing and a miss at that one. That's 1-1. Alyssa Rishti in the on-deck circle, awaiting an opportunity.
If she gets that opportunity, she'd make the most of it.
Swung on and missed, and she's elevating that fastball, and the Senecas are just chasing after it.
Yep. Just bringing it up there to where it's not where they think it's going to be, and they're swinging at it.
Well, the problem is when it comes out of her hand, it looks like it's going to be somewhere, and then it just rises. Ooh. Look at the action on that. It's just so quick to pick up.
Yeah. Phenomenal pitching.
2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. And that's the ball game, folks. Senecas go down swinging, but the Pilots are moving on to face the Mohawk Warriors this Friday here at Bowling Green State University. What a ball game we've had today. Two ball games today here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We can't thank you enough for tuning in here with us. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the post-game show right after this, brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Once again, your final score, Ayersville 2, Tiffin Calvert 1. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
My stomach is messed up.
The game's almost over. Can't you wait?
No, I gotta go right now.
Wow, really?
Swung on, hit to center, well hit. Back, and this one's gone. A home run for Connor Moyer on an 0-2
Needed
pitch.
that.
Smokes it to dead center.
Oh man, are you kidding me?
It happens. Never miss a moment. Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports is owned by Mullins Entertainment and located inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin. The space features a state-of-the-art podcast studio, open for public use. Building a platform for creators is one of our top priorities. We connect fans to the action like no one else can. As a business in today's market, you got to stay ahead of the game. And what better way than to get on board with the fastest growing brand in media today? I mean, you can take it from me, or you can just listen to them.
When recruiters want to see our game film, we tell them they can watch it on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free, and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall. When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports. At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go, Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
All right, welcome back here to Meserve Field on the campus of Bowling Green State University. Nate Mullins and Greg the Wizard Kinn here with you on Postgame Show, brought to you by your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your final score, Ayersville 2, Tiffin Calvert 1. Senecas season comes to a close here at Bowling Green. And I'll tell you what, Greg, for the first time since 1988, these Senecas made a trip to the regional round, and they did not disappoint here today, Greg.
No,
I mean, what a ball game. Put together a great effort, and I tell you, for everything that you can say about this season and how everything went, you know, obviously 23 wins is nothing to shake a stick at.
No.
But I know this isn't where they wanted their season to end. I know they had dreams of going on to play Mohawk next, and, you know, they wanted that. But, Greg, at the end of the year, only 7 of these teams are going to end up happy.
Well, absolutely, Nate. I mean, this is definitely not the dream ending point for any team at any point, but somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. We've been here before, you know, and like me and you talked about this one. We're looking at this score. There's nothing to hang your head about, and there's a 2-1 final ball game here. And as we talked about, Nate, that 2 points for Ayersville came off of one greatly timed first home run of the season for one of their players here. And that was the difference maker.
Yep.
Other than that, they never scored another point. Calvert was able to scratch the one across. So I believe without that hit, you're either looking at a going into extra innings game here, or Calvert maybe scratches a 1-0 win out of here. You never know.
Yeah.
And this is the kind of game where you look at the play back and forth between two great teams, and you say to yourself, you know, oh, well, maybe if this was 9 innings of softball, we might have a different story, because this one, they could have just kept going back and forth for sure. But it ends at 7, and it ends with Ayersville having the having 2 runs over Calvert here.
A big win for the Pilots as they move on to the regional final. They'll play Mohawk this Friday here at Bowling Green State University. And, Greg, we should be on the call for that one. We're hoping to be back on the call for that one.
So that could be a really good game after we
saw. Could be a great game.
We saw what Mohawk was capable of here earlier today. And then we finally got to take our first look at the Pilots here this season, and they were as advertised, Nate.
Yeah, absolutely right, Greg. They were absolutely as advertised. This is a team that I don't think a lot of teams want to face right now, because especially with a pitcher like Kendra Waldron on the mound, Greg. I mean, she just lights the fire for this team.
Player of the year for a very, very, very good reason. She went out there and just mowed down the Senecas, leading her team to the victory here, because we talked about a low-scoring game. But right there, that's going to talk about volumes, because the 1 point that the Senecas were able to scratch, it's lucky they even got that one against a pitcher that great. I mean, it's hard to put points up against a great pitcher, and both teams, great effort here today. Like we said, one big hit is the difference maker in this one.
That is the difference. One swing of the bat is the difference in this one today, as the Ayersville Pilots, on the strength of a Mika Shrave 2-run home run.
They're going to take off on to the next round.
That's right. They are flying into the regional final, which will be played here at Meserve Field, Bowling Green State University this Friday. We're going to need all the support we can get from Mohawk parents. So if you're out there, you're a Mohawk parent, you're watching this, and you want us there, well, you're going to have to step up and not ask me how much we need, but just say, hey, we want to support.
And if you're a Seneca's parent and you're heartbroken right now, as we all are, but you want to see maybe Mohawk get some revenge for you against the Pilots on Friday, step it up. Throw a little sponsorship in there and see if the Warriors can get it done for you.
There you go.
Get a little vengeance for you.
But as for us tomorrow night, we'll be on the call tomorrow afternoon, actually, 2 o'clock game. Tiffin University is the site of the district semifinal matchup between Tiffin Columbian and Lexington. We'll be on the call for that one. Make sure you tune in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And I think that's going to pretty much do it for us before it starts raining here today. Greggy, we better start wrapping things up. So, once again, any final thoughts here, partner?
Man, we had 2 excellent ball games to watch here today. If you're sitting at home and you're doing yourself a favor, it's, 6:30 right now. You still got plenty of time. Check them both out. Go back and watch both of them because these athletes absolutely deserve it. They both games, both teams gave it their all. I was glad to be here on the call with you today, Nate, and glad to be on the next call.
That's right. All right, folks, I think that's going to do it for us today. I want to thank Jacob Ellis and Emma Moglin for doing a great job on the camera for us today. And, of course, thanks to Greg the Wizard Kinn for all of his wizardry, making us look good. And, of course, we got to thank our sponsors one more time before we get out of here. We want to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Relax and Revive Salon and Spa, YANICH Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, Mullins Entertainment, Parents of Calvert Softball, Lee's Floor Covering, Studio Squared, Forte Music, the Edward Jones Offices of Tiffin, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, the Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, SS Cleaning Services, and ENS Power Washing Company, all proud sponsors bringing you this regional doubleheader right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. All right, that's going to do it for Jacob Ellis and Emma Moglin and Greg Kinn. I'm Nate Mullins signing off from Meserve Field here on the campus of Bowling Green State University. Thanks for tuning in here on the Your Legacy Federal Credit Union postgame show. Make sure you do us a favor, share the video, like, follow, and subscribe on all of our platforms. And, folks, have yourself a great day. We'll be back at it tomorrow with Tiffin, Columbian, and Lexington, 2 o'clock first pitch right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Have a great day, everybody.